Current time is 8:16. We've been talking about the possibility of fog. A dense fog advisory just went into effect for Wheeler County, Montgomery County, and also Telfair County for our southern communities. It's going to be in effect until further notice, until that begins to burn off as we move into the later morning hours. But currently, we're looking at clear skies out and about central Georgia right now. That's a big reason why we did have the fog in the play throughout the overnight hours, as the moisture is beginning to increase as we see Tropical Storm Karen begin to move closer and closer to home. Current temperatures across the mid-state right now, 58 in Macon, 57 in Forsyth, as warm as 66 in Cordele, 61 in McRae, and we're still holding on to the upper 50s for Sparta, Sandersville, Forsyth, Macon, and in Dublin. Now, as you take a look at daytime highs today, expect daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s, warm and sunny today. Winds coming out the east, 5 miles per hour. Dense fog advisory once again possible for tomorrow on a wider basis. I think a lot of us see more in the way of fog tomorrow morning. Overnight lows drop into the lower 60s underneath calm wind. Now, Tropical Storm Karen is the big story moving into the weekend. It's going to be fairly quiet today and tomorrow, but as we get into Sunday night, Tropical Storm Karen should be on our doorstep. Current conditions, 60-mile-per-hour winds moving north-northwest at 10 miles an hour. The pressure is continuing to weaken. 1,003 now. It went from 999 last night to 1,003 this morning, so that's a sign of weakening of the system. We were thinking that it may become a weak hurricane before landfall, but as of now, it's looking like it's going to stay a strong tropical system, tropical storm. Now, as we take a look at the tropical satellite and the models, they're all saying eventually it's going to take that easterly turn and come right across central Georgia. But a lot of models are all saying their own little things, so we want to kind of eliminate the clutter that's out there right now. And it begins with finding out which models begin with the right information. And as you notice, center circulation right here in the middle of the Gulf, but some of these models saying that the center of circulation is well off to the east. So you kind of want to just take those on out and use the models that starts with the right information. And this is pretty much what you get right now. A lot of these models, the two south of Macon. So that's good news right there, saying that this is going to move further south of us. So we may not see the big impacts that we're expecting, but those impacts are still on the table. The gusty wind, the heavy rain at time, and possibility of a brief isolated spin-up tornado is still in play throughout Sunday night and into Monday morning. We do have tropical storm warnings and watches are in effect for the coastal counties and states of of the Gulf Coast, and that's going to be in place for at least until Sunday. Landfall is expected Sunday night into Monday morning, somewhere between New Orleans and Destin. My guess is closer to Destin, and I'm going with an easterly track with this system that's going to move the system inland just south of central Georgia, maybe moving around the Wilcox County area, somewhere along that location. Now, your first look ahead, we're going to start off about 3 hours from now, put this into motion, and notice that the cold front is coming in from the north and west. And notice Karen is trying to go west at first, and then it's going to turn and make a hard turn to the east. That's due to that cold front. It's going to influence the motion of the system, and it's going to really just trail south. Notice this is the center circulation right there, and the placement is a little behind, but center circulation right there still has it on the southerly track just south of us. And even if it flows right above us, we're still going to see some lesser impacts than what we were looking at from yesterday. So here's the GFS model with this thing. Goes right south of us, and then it goes up the east coast for a nor'easter storm. That's going to be problems for them later on into the week next week. Now, as you take a look at the wind speed, we still expect the winds above 30 miles per hour, wind about an inch of rain, and then the winds will be coming in at about 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour in Dublin, 27 in Elma, and maybe possibly we see some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts as well. 7-day forecast calls for 87 on Friday, 86 on Saturday. Then the rain comes in on Sunday, lasts through Monday as well. But on the back end of that, pretty pleasant conditions, temperatures in the upper 70s for daytime highs, and lots of sunshine. Current time is 8:20. More news coming up after the break.